Hey, greetings from Korea once again. It's me. And I just figured I'd post up another video here, talk about what's been going on in my week. My week has been interesting, to say the least. I've come to believe that my boss may indeed be a fraud, and that I probably never should have trusted him. Because apparently he's told people at the head office for our overarching corporation that he has found me a place, but he hasn't, and he's been avoiding me all week, which is pissing me off. But on the upside, a couple of good things have happened. Let's talk about the less good one first. Today I went and saw the new G.I. Joe movie. It was in English, and it was a good way to kill about 2 hours. It's not a good movie. No one is expecting it to be a good movie, but I had fun. I enjoyed some parts. If you want to see something really good with the G.I. Joe name on it, on YouTube, look at G.I. Joe Resolute. There's 11 parts to it. It's really good. Now, the other good thing that happened was I found something wonderful as far as food goes. I found these. I know the brand name is Otogi. That's all I know. I think that these are udon noodles. They're certainly a thicker noodle, and they seem to be round-ish. But the important part is they're fresh and sealed in this packaging. And this has a date on it of December 20th. So I could buy a whole crap load of these and they'd be good till shortly after my birthday. Awesome. Anyway, these are great because I don't need to cook them. It saves me a lot on gas from my stove. So I'm going to show you what I make, or how I make these. Yes, how I make these. Actually, it's a new recipe tonight. I'm going to try out something a little different because I've been craving the flavor of curry on the budget of ramen. So, we're going to cut away to the frying pan now. Okay, so we're going to start off with the ingredients. First, we've got the fresco spaghetti sauce. This is the meat sauce. Then a little bit of onion salt. Just a little bit should do. Don't need to overpower it. In the bag here, we've got my Dongwon breadcrumbs. These are awesome. I use these all the time. Normally I'd use parm in this, but Parmesan cheese and curry powder, our next one, I don't think they would go good together. I don't think they'd be very complementary. Also, I ran out. Next we've got some dried garlic stuff and some ginger. And of course, last but not least, the noodles. So, let's move on to the pan. As always, we're going to start by turning on the gas, then bring it way back down because it doesn't need this sort of cooking doesn't need a lot of heat. We'll start with our sauce. Again, it's the fresco meat spaghetti sauce. Pour some of that in there. It's a fairly thin sauce, so it's not a bad thing for it to boil. I'm going to add some garlic first. I like my garlic. One time at the Korean barbecue that my boss's sister owns, I went to eat some raw garlic, which I like to do sometimes. And my boss was just like, no, no, no. I just sort of stared at him like he was strange. Of course, he is strange. He hasn't got me a place in 4 months. A little bit of onion salt there. That was the ginger out of the green can before. Now, curry powder. I go through a lot of curry powder here in Korea. I find that it's pretty much always pleasant, at least to my palate. Last but not least, well, next to last but not least, breadcrumbs. Tends to add a fair amount of balance and texture to it, and makes it a bit more filling, which is certainly a good thing here. So now, in go the noodles, and just watch these come out. Well, eventually they'll come out. There they are. In this little package, to that big looking bit there. So, first thing I want to do here is mix everything up. Make sure everything gets coated nicely. Now, what I usually do is I usually run my spatula right through the middle of all this to make it easier to handle in this pan. Now, some people go on culturally and whatnot about, long noodles, long life, and blah, blah, blah. Food's food. It's not symbolic. It's food. It's important to survival. Yes, it's comforting. Yes, it's delicious. But still, food is food. No matter how you slice it up. Yes, it can be... It can have some sort of superstitious meaning. It can have some sort of familial context. It can even bring comfort. Any good meal should be able to bring comfort, of course. Now, I think I might have skimped a bit on the sauce, so I think I'm going to add some more. Yeah, I think this definitely needs some more sauce, but just a little bit. That should do. Let's get a bit better picture there. Superman. Looks a bit jumbled up, I know, but that's half the fun. Most of my cooking is, I guess, a hodgepodge of, well, whatever I pick up at the grocery store for the most part. Now, in case you're wondering how far along this dish is, you're probably also thinking it likely doesn't have much left to go. So it looks nearly done. I'm just turning up the heat a bit there, and you're right. It is almost done. That's the great thing about these noodles. It's about as instant as a meal I can make.